Let's speak now to sports journalist Jordan Jarrett-Bryan, who is joining me live from London. Thanks very much indeed for being with us on the programme, Jordan. So let's talk first about this particular incident. Do you think that the players walking off the pitch was the right response, and does it send a strong enough message?
Right message, yes. Strong enough message, I hope so. I had a bit of an awkward smile when it happened yesterday, because whilst I don't want any of my brothers and sisters to be racially abused, I take no pleasure in that at all. I did take pleasure in what I saw with the players coming together to leave the field. I've long been of the mindset that this is the only option. I've never been of the belief that we should play through it, show them how good you are on the pitch. That's how you beat the racists. I've never bought into that idea. The governing bodies, the Football Association here in the UK, the Premier League, UEFA, FIFA, again, I've long given up belief that these governing bodies will protect black players on the pitch. So for me, the only option was to walk off the pitch. If you're not going to respect us, if you're going to abuse us because of the colour of our skin, we will leave the pitch. There will be no game. And it was very, very enjoyable for me to see that finally these players have realised their power. They have the power to really show football. If you don't respect us, we're here to entertain you. If you don't respect us, we will leave the pitch. In no other line of work would you expect people to carry on working whilst being racially abused. So why do football players?
So do you think this could be the moment where things might change? Such a high-profile match, and the message sent that racism just isn't acceptable.
Well, I hope so. And you mentioned the fact that it's a high-profile game. As far as I'm aware, it's the first time in the Champions League this has happened, a walk-off the pitch. So I'm of the belief also that when you start affecting people's bottom line, their finances, the money, people start taking notice. And if UEFA and FIFA are not going to take this seriously before, well, they are now, because players are now saying, if you don't protect us, if you don't put in the right sanctions to stop what's happening here, you won't have a game to play. Therefore, money will be affected. So I really hope that now football is seeing that players are no longer. You saw in Demba Ba's face how angry and the pain that he was feeling of a colleague being racially abused. They're not having it anymore, and it's long overdue. So I really hope that now, this last night was a watershed moment that shows football we are not having it anymore. And if you don't respect us and protect us, there'll be no game.
Why do you think that there is such a deep-rooted problem of racism within football, and what would you like to see being done about it?
Because football for too long has pretended to care about racism. Football has pretended for too long that it really wants to fight this evil, and it doesn't. It puts out a slogan or a hashtag or a statement or an initiative or a protocol, but it doesn't really drill down what needs to be done. It doesn't show teeth when it comes to fighting this evil. These small fines and this one-game bans behind closed doors, these are not sanctions that are going to really make racist people wake up and really educate themselves about what they're doing. What I'd like to see football do, I'd like to see football have a zero-tolerance policy. I would like to see football clubs sign up to a policy in their leagues that says if anybody's found guilty of racially abusing anybody else, they are sacked. They are fired from their club. I don't care how, if you're the tea lady or you're the kit man or the star player for your club. If you are found guilty of racially abusing anybody else, you are sacked from your club. I like to see teams kicked out of competitions. If you're a nation, a World Cup, a Euros, African Cup of Nations, whatever it may be, you're out. In the league, dock 10 points, because I promise you this, if we start fining people 5, 10, 15 million pounds, euros, whatever, if we start threatening people with 10-point deductions, if we start threatening people with being kicked out of competitions, believe me, those clubs, those countries will start putting in place measures to ensure it doesn't happen anymore.
Okay, really good to talk to you, Jordan. Jordan Jarrett-Bryan there in London. Thank you.